Hello everyone, welcome to morning coffee break. What was that? Today's Saturday, August 7th. Currently it's 69 degrees. High today's 84. 50% chance of rain. 81% humidity. No wind. And air quality is 82. That's moderate. I already had kind of an exciting morning. I was fixing coffee and I saw a groundhog out here starting to get into the middle bed out there. It was going right like it was going to get into it, and I yelled at it and I knocked on the window frame, and that thing it looked at me and it was like, uh-oh, what's up? And it started to move away, and then I came out here because I wanted to run it off, and it ran back towards the rock over there. And then it kept looking at something. It got up on its hind feet and was looking, and then I looked over to the left and there was a hawk right there, probably 15 foot away from it. And they kind of had a standoff there looking at each other. And I thought, you know what, I want to get this on film. So I came out, and by that time, when I came out, I saw the groundhog running off, and then the hawk was gone. So I walked back towards towards all these trees, and what it is, it's, I told you that was probably a female you kept hearing the other day, like they were gonna mate. Well, obviously they've hooked up, and so there was one back there, and it was obviously the female because it was smaller. And I've got it all on film. And the only thing is, the direction I had to film from, it kind of is shaded because of the way the sun was coming down. But you can see kind of the outline. You can see the outline and what it's doing, but you can't see detail at first. And then it was eating what looked to be a little like field mouse. And but then while I was filming it, the male, which is much bigger than the female, flew right basically in front of me and landed about probably another 15 foot away from me, and it looked like it was eating something in the grass. But I got it better. You can see it a lot better because it was turned to a different way instead of the way the sun was hitting you'll see, I mean, nothing could be done about that. If I walked around too much, it would have flown off. So I had to keep filming it from that one angle in the tree. But you can see the male really good, and I got some pictures of it. And I did it for about 10, 11 minutes, and then I just left him out there. I didn't want to stand there for any longer amount of time than that. Actually, your arm actually gets tired of holding it up after a while. I was switching arms, so it was, and when it's zoomed in, it's kind of hard to keep it on one subject. If you barely move, it kind of moves real. You'll see in the video. It's hard to do when it's zoomed in. If you barely move the camera, it looks like you're moving it around because it's zoomed in. But I'm really fortunate to get a video like that because you just don't see them. If you see hawks, you usually see them perched in a tree somewhere or flying way high in the air. You don't see them, eating things in your backyard. I've caught them before over here. I got some pictures of one, but I've never got a film of one eating. So, and it's a couple, so they're obviously, they either have babies or they will, because they go through all this process. You can hear them. They'll do that for days. The female will make noise like that, and she'll be by herself, and then next thing you know, here's a male. That heard her making the call, I guess. She was doing it for days and days. And I think she was up there in that tree is where she was hanging out. Very interesting though. There's a pretty bird eating the stuff right now. Let me see if I can zoom in on it. That took off. You see how it zooms in? it does move. If you try to move it when it's zoomed in, it moves. It looks funny on the camera. It looks like I'm moving it real fast or something, but I'm not. Anything good eating here today so far? They may still be back there. I don't see it perched on where it was. Something got one of the little tomatoes. I think it was off of my new one, maybe. Because it was over here, and now it's gone completely. It took it with it. A to-go order. But this one's, a lot of the branches are just dying. I don't think this is going to do much, really. Oh, well, I tried to rescue them. I hope it'll do something, but a lot of these are just dying like it's already done its thing or something. This one's looking the same way, kind of blighted or something. So, it was worth a try. We'll see what they come out of it. I don't know if I gave them, it seemed like I gave them some Miracle Grow the other day. I might give them a little bit more. I don't know. Hopefully they'll come out of it. But you may as well get the dead branches though, I mean, off of them. There's one. Here, this one's still doing okay back here. Pull it out in the sun some, nothing's eat it so far. Turn it so it can get sun in a different direction. Trying to see if I'm getting some beans. You can see. Is that another one there? Yeah. There's some. Just really not enough for, to get yet. The stuff on top's growing a little bit still, but you can see some of it's dying right here. One of these. There's beans on it, but see right here's. You can see how this tomato plant back here is really grown. And that, it and that banana pepper are kind of growing together up through here. See, here's the banana pepper still. It's got peppers on it. And here's the tomato plant, so they're kind of fighting for space a little bit there. But that tomato plant's got some more tomatoes on it at the top. It's a Cherokee purple too. It's kind of unusual. These green beans are still trying to grow, some of them. Whatever ate them will eat those whenever they're big enough, I'm sure. I doubt they're going to make it. I decided to use bird netting this fall. Because like this morning, there was I think there was 3 cucumber seeds of these Japanese variety. There was 3 of them laying here in the middle, eating on. I don't know if that's one of them or not. No. But and I think the birds could be just as well. I mean, like I said, I saw a bird in here day before yesterday, scratching around just like a chicken would, digging up for seeds. So, and it's not just chipmunks, so we can't blame it all on them. So, I never did even see this here bloom. I guess it turns into a, oops, it fell off. Yeah, that's going to be a an okra. right there. Whatever has been eating on them here, I don't know. Something has, but it doesn't seem to be affecting the okra itself. So I do actually have one okra growing. Be nice if I get more. Can't exactly make a bunch of okra if you got one. Okay. You can see that one down in there turning yellow. Actually, it looks kind of orangish, but I think it's going to be yellow. And I don't know when these things are going to turn red. This is the biggest pepper I've ever seen. I mean, longest. It still could get bigger. These are amazing, y'all. They're supposed to be red, and there's no indication yet that they're turning. I got more over here. I definitely would like to grow either some more of those plants next year, or maybe find some seeds, because that is just awesome how they've done. They're huge. I mean, these others are about like normal, like you'd see. Normal size, I guess you'd say. This yellow one in here is pretty big too. This one's big, but it's a yellow one too. That one down in there. Carrots are, you know, decent size, but I want them to get bigger, obviously. I'd like to. Oh, I should have come out here and done these flowers. I think I'm gonna do that real quick, because I'll forget with my toothbrush. Because I want more of those black beauties. They look really nice. Plane flying around. I should have done this yesterday. Actually, this one's the Ghostbuster right here. Let's see it. I saw a little puff of pollen. Like those. There's one. Wow, there's a couple more in there. This one. Wow. Look at them. Don't those look nice? Those black beauties. Let's see if I can get all three of them. They look great. This one's growing up. I believe this one's a cacao. Should get bigger. I see another black beauty on this. No, that's not a black beauty. That's the patio. It's growing a little bit taller. That's good. These are loaded with them. There's a big one down here. I got several of them yesterday and gave them to a friend. Look at that. Look at all of them. They're everywhere. Can't wait to try these Ichiban ones here. Look at that bird. He ain't one bit worried about me. Right close to me. Hi, birdie. Go ahead and eat. I filled that up just a few minutes ago. I had to water yesterday evening, so I didn't water the day before. I like these little purple. These are pretty down here. Beautiful little flowers. That stump's petrified, what's left of it. It's just not rotting, what's left. Oh, we got some more of these flowers. They're pretty. I'm not going to do much of this today. Just the biggest ones that need pulled here. Yeah, I got some like Roundup. I don't know if it'll do the trick here. If it'll actually kill the brush. I may have to get some brush killer. I'm gonna let everything grow until they die this fall. And then I'm gonna try to kill this bush here so I don't have to pick at it all year. It's a pain. If I didn't do this, it would be a bush again in no time. Hear that? There's that hawk again. I don't see it though. That's the female. Usually the birds won't go eat anything at the feeder while the hawk's around. Ouch. Just got stuck. That's good for now. Airplane's flying low. Yeah, okay, see what I did to the bush? I cut all that down yesterday, cut it back and shaped it a little bit. Looks a little better. I mean, it did look out of control. There was a tree growing out of it and everything. I cut it out and took everything to the road. There's still some branches laying around. But I don't know what to do with that area. There's a bunch of birds now. Look at all of them. I throw a lot on the ground for them. I love my new phone here. I mean, it does everything I want it to do. It has great pictures. The film quality is great. You know, like HD quality, and the only thing I like zooming in and stuff. The only thing I don't like is the way you have to take a snapshot. If on today's Tidbits, I don't have any today, but sometimes on those pictures when I take a snapshot of them, it shows the bar on the right for the sound, you know, to show if you're going to put it up or down. And you have to, it's really touchy. It's hard not to do it. I have that show up. It pops out when you try to take a snapshot. So that's the only thing I can see that was kind of, they didn't do right. There was a hummingbird here earlier when I was out doing one earlier. I didn't get it on video. Okay, today's thumbnail, we didn't feel like fixing anything much, so usually after Logan's reviews, we'll just throw something in the oven, and usually it's a pizza. And we had a Sam's Club pizza. It was stuffed crust. Really good. I didn't like the sausage on it, neither did Joy. I haven't tried any sausage on any frozen pizza that I liked. I pick it off. I don't like it. Joy doesn't either. Of course, Logan liked it. you know. But I just don't like the taste of it. But it was really good pizza. Stuffed crust was good too. And of course, that's a tomato. We gotta have some tomato from the garden. We're gonna fix a salad, but just didn't really feel like it. Didn't really feel like fixing it, so we just had some tomatoes with the pizza. Before I forget, and yesterday I forgot to ask a question, so here's the one actually I had yesterday. With high produce prices, have you thought of growing your own? You know, I mean, you can grow. I grow almost year. There's only several months of the year that I don't have something out here. I mean, and that's just in the very dead of winter. And I even had I had turnips and stuff right up until time to start the garden. I mean, I had to pull them up, and of course we ate them and stuff. I had to pull them up, you know, to get ready to put soil in and do all the things I did getting the garden ready. So I mean, I had them right up until spring almost. So you know, I really grow. You know, I grow a summer garden, and then I grow a fall winter garden. Like I said, I guess I'm going to have to use some bird netting this year, and I think that'll work. So that's a question. And then today, I did it yesterday, but I already had enough videos and we had Logan's to do. So I have a drive with us just running errands. I think we went to Dollar General, didn't get enough to, we just really needed bowls, paper bowls. I just went there and didn't have enough for a haul. And then we went to like the bank. And then I had a bunch of vegetables that I wanted to give to a friend, and we took them over by his house for him while we were out. We may as well, we weren't that super far away. So we have a drive with us doing all that. And then I'll have the video of the hawk couple out here having breakfast. Very interesting, you know. I wish I could have got better footage of the female there at first, but I was afraid if I got too close to her or tried to move on the other side of her, she would have flown off and I never would have seen the male that way. So I didn't want to threaten them, so I just stayed where I was. Didn't move, try not to move much at all. And they didn't seem to be bothered one bit by me. Okay. As long as I wasn't moving, you know. Okay, so I guess that's it. Now let's get today's tidbit started. Oh, I don't want to do that. Come on. There we go. Okay. All right. Let me get this closer. Straight. Is it possible to predict supervolcanoes? Supervolcanoes are those volcanoes that have released more than 1,000 cubic kilometers of material during an eruption. In a study established in Nature Reviews Earth and Environment, scientists say that a single model cannot describe how these rare events play out. That is because some of them start mildly over weeks, and while others begin abruptly. Get a drink of coffee. Okay. Los Palones, the spot of 13 beautiful pools in Spain. Los Palones in Jurti Valley of Spain consists of 13 crystalline blue-green pools. These pretty pools and smooth stones are all uniquely carved out by water rushing down from nearby Sierra de Tomontos mountains. These pools, located one after the other, are surrounded by lush green vegetation. The beautiful pale mountains of Italy. The Dolomites in northern Italy consist of a mountain range in the northern Alps. They are often referred to as pale mountains due to the distinct color of its rock. The mountains have been recognized as a United Nations World Heritage Site. The region is characterized by dynamic processes with frequent landslides, floods, and avalanche. I didn't show those good enough. There they are up there. Dolomite is like a porous rock, if I'm thinking about it the right thing. Okay, situation remains grim in Greece as blazes spread. Thousands fled to safety from a wildfire north of Athens, Greece early Friday. Firefighters are working to contain dozens of fires that are burning across the country amid a heat wave. Strong winds sweeping through the country have made the situation even more challenging. Several firefighters and volunteers have been hospitalized with burns. Moons wobble to make floods worse in the 2030s. A recent NASA study predicts that in the 2030s, the number of floods will drastically increase in the U.S. This is due to a combination of rising sea levels and a wobble in the moon's orbit, which occurs every 18.6 years. The ongoing first half of the wobble will temporarily suppress flooding this decade, only to worsen it in the mid-2030s. Wow. Lake George, the queen of American lakes. Lake George, located in the southeast base of the Adirondack Mountains in New York, is called the Queen of American Lakes. It's 32 miles long and fed by large underground springs that give the lake its crystal clear water. The lake boasts over 109 miles of shoreline and over 300 islands. Wow. What is the San Andreas Fault? The 28-million-year-old San Andreas Fault is a continental transformed fault that extends roughly 1,200 kilometers through California. The San Andreas Fault is the most famous fault in the world. It forms a tectonic boundary where two tectonic plates touch, the North American and Pacific plates. The 5,000-year-old Standing Stones in Scotland. The 5,000-year-old Callanae Standing Stones is an extraordinary cross-shaped setting of human-made 12-foot-tall giant stones in Lewis Island, Scotland. It's believed to be used as an astronomical observatory. This is because every 18.6 years the moon skims especially low along the hills, giving an excellent opportunity to study it in detail. Wow. What are megathrust earthquakes? Megathrust earthquakes are the world's largest earthquakes. A megathrust earthquake occurs in a subduction zone, a region where one of Earth's tectonic plates thrusts under another due to a slip. The Cascadia subduction zone is a megathrust fault line that stretches from California to Canada. 3 volcanoes in Alaska erupt lava ash clouds. The Alaska Volcanic Observatory stated that 3 remote volcanoes in the state are different stages of eruption. The Great Sitkin volcano reportedly produced lava, while Pavlov volcano and Semispochnoy volcano erupted steam and ash clouds. Semispochnoy volcano produced an ash cloud that went up about 10,000 feet into the air. And that's it for today's Tidbits, everybody, and that's going to be it for Morning Coffee Break. I hope you enjoyed it. Please press that like button. That helps my channel, and I appreciate it very much. Subscribe if you haven't already, and hit that notification bell so that you get all my videos as soon as they come out. Everybody have a great day, and I'll see you later on. God bless.